Just something that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401.
It's gonna shock load the hell out of it.
Brothers
Do yellow far.
do battle
Billy. No.
when a trailer takes a nosedive.
Hey, Glenn, I'm going up. Please.
Todd takes control.
Win. Win. I'm in.
And a ramp rollover
Boy, Glenn. Stop.
cuts it close.
Stop. What?
We are moving very, very slowly.
Vehicle collision just before Martin Grove exit.
In Toronto, the day has barely started.
Got another one southbound.
Getting reports of a disabled vehicle.
Express to collector right shoulder.
But it's already a busy morning on the highways.
Vehicle on ditch.
We got a tow at scene eastbound.
10-4.
MVC 404 northbound off ramp.
Really, Whiskey 13, I can make my way to that location. Just another day at the office.
And east of the city, just off the 401 in Coburg.
That's kind of a funny place to park.
Overnight, a semi slid on the ice, smashing hard deep into the westbound ditch.
We've got a tractor trailer in the north side ditch, jackknifed completely around. The cab has been totally dislodged off the frame of the truck.
B&G towing owner Bill Wright will need to minimize the disruption to Toronto-bound traffic, so he's called in some family backup.
I've got my two sons coming with one more heavy wrecker.
Just to the west, Bill's older son, Bill Jr., heads toward the scene in the 35-ton wrecker.
Just got a call from my dad. I guess it's in the right ditch, jackknife pretty good.
Bill Jr.'s been primarily a long-distance tower across province most of the time. He's been starting to do a few more recoveries. Sunshine, come this way, Billy.
Being in a family business, you know, when the phone rings, you kind of just got to do what you got to do.
She's around a long way.
Yeah. It spun around pretty good. The cab's knocked right off the frame rails. This is one of the worst jackknifes I've seen.
The damage is half the problem. The other half is the terrain.
We have a slippery surface, so we also have a grade here. So one of our major concerns here is we get a situation where the rotator slides, which is possible, towards the ditch.
And they'll work in a single lane up against the heavy morning traffic.
The vehicles are going by at crazy speeds. The road's very icy. You just want to get out of there as fast as you can. Young Mitch has arrived.
As I roll up, I can tell that this thing's jackknifed really bad. I mean, the tractor's almost kissing the side of the trailer.
There's a headset on the passenger seat charging.
Yeah.
Get it on. Let's go.
Bill's youngest son, 21-year-old rotator op, Mitch, has to size up the job quickly.
Normally, you have a little bit of time to assess the situation, but, you know, my dad's throwing me the remote, so it's go time.
Mitch, start to bring this up the bank.
Mitch is used to working alongside his father.
In on yellow.
Up. Yep.
But today, his father is taking a step back.
Looking good, Billy? Both the boys have come a long way this year.
Tight there. Yep.
So my role in this recovery is to be the extra set of eyes, the helper, the advisor.
Okay.
You gotta let go and let these boys do their thing.
But for the boys, there's more than just a technical challenge.
Are you rotating?
No.
Sometimes me and Mitch aren't the best of friends.
It's gonna pull it till it's...
No, it's turning.
Yeah, it'll pull it till it's at center.
When we have dad present, the kids tend to have a little bit of a competitive spirit between them.
Me and my brother are both pretty strong, opinionated people. A lot of the time we butt heads.
Okay, just hold on a second. It's caught on this bolt and it's creating a V in our cable a little bit.
What, you're talking about on the bracket now?
Yeah, see how it's V?
Yeah.
It's gonna go from a V to straight and you're gonna have 2 inches of slack and it's gonna come down and shock load it.
If the caught line pops loose, the sudden weight drop could be too much.
Shock loading your cable can be very dangerous. There's potential for flipping your truck.
When it comes around there, it's gonna shock load the hell out of it.
I'm not overly worried. I don't think it's gonna jump that hard.
Keep booming in though to get that V out of that cable.
destruction is not an option.
Near light on red.
As Bill Jr. predicted, the line snapped straight, but with the truck still close to the ground, damage is minimal. Just a work light.
You're all right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it could have been a lot of things that broke, so a light that we can put back on the rig is probably the best case scenario for this.
Just get her up here beside you, and then we'll worry about spinning it around the record.
There she comes.
Okay. Let's get Billy hooked into that wheel.
The brothers' next move, straighten out the damaged tractor.
We're gonna get the other truck set up in front now, grab the front end of the truck, swing it out straight.
Grab the hook, Billy, and just mention walk with him. Pull your legs up, Billy.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
What?
I got $1,000 on a wreck scene that you don't screw up me and Billy's names. How about that?
Never happened.
All right.
Son one, son two. You got to make sure when Billy comes, it doesn't come into you too far.
Now the two sons must work as one.
You ready?
Mitch will take the weight of the trailer,
Then pull it around, Billy.
while Bill Jr. pulls the tractor straight.
Somebody pulls too fast and the other person can't keep up, something's going to go wrong.
I'm letting down on the trailer here, take some weight off. Stop.
Good, right there.
Awesome.
Now they need to pull the entire fully loaded semi out of the ditch while keeping it upright on the icy slope.
Turn your wheel slight left, Billy's going to pull you ahead a bit.
I don't have any steering at all.
Well, we're gonna have to turn the wheels to the left somehow. It's jammed up on something.
Working with my brother can definitely be a little challenging at times.
Left, left, left.
At this point, we haven't done a wreck of any significance with just me and my brother without my dad there.
She's coming around. You're fine.
And I think without our dad, we'd be fairly lost at this point.
See, it's coming. There she comes. Good, Bill.
Brakes.
Up. Perfect. Hooked. Very happy. Both the boys did a great job. Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Me, my dad, and my brother get to work together, and there's no better feeling than that.
It's very exciting for me. It's exciting for a dad to see his children do well.
Quite a busy drive in Newmarket this morning.
75 miles northwest. Morning traffic isn't letting up.
Hey, how fast can you come to 404 Davis?
I'm on my way there. Try to get there quick.
And Auto Route's Amin Abdurrahman is rolling toward a trouble spot near Newmarket.
Just got a call for a container truck rollover westbound Davis to 404 southbound. Apparently the on-ramp is completely blocked, and hopefully we can get it open as soon as possible.
Unbelievable.
Amin's brother Yassine is already at work. Because in this spot, at this time of day, there's no time for delay.
It's a major ramp from Newmarket to go down to Toronto.
Yeah, it's a good one.
These container chassis are well known in the towing industry as high-risk jobs, right? Very high risk.
Or I can run double low line.
There's roughly 20 tow trucks upset a year doing container chassis. It's weight, right? It's a lot of weight.
The truck, hauling the fully loaded garbage container, lost control. Sliding down the ramp, wrenching the container off the chassis.
Gonna be a tough one. It's got 42,000 pounds of garbage, according to the driver. We're not gonna offload it. We're gonna upright the truck, and then we're gonna upright the trailer. Yep. Beautiful. Perfect. Let's disconnect the lines. We're gonna upright the trailer, then we're gonna work on the container.
But the back of the container is still connected to the trailer.
There's little pins that lock this container onto the frame.
2 of those locking pins are bent, holding the bin and refusing to let go.
The container is stuck on the trailer.
It's impossible to release these pins by hand. It's way too much pressure.
And there's no way to upright either piece while they're locked together.
We gotta cut the pins off in the back. There's no way we're gonna disconnect it without cutting them off.
Before they make any cut, Amin takes a precaution for safety.
Once we cut the pin off, you know, the trailer's gonna come down hard. That's why we're gonna hold it with a cable. Riyadh, cut that off.
The trailer's just holding on there by these pins, so they got a lot of stress on them.
It didn't even cut, it broke.
Oh, it just broke.
Yeah. It was under tension.
Yeah.
But now, all the tension hangs on the second final pin.
You can see it, eh?
It's so red, yeah.
It's not a good feeling to watch this, but it's gotta get done.
It hasn't broken yet, right?
Take it that way a little bit. Copy.
I think cement pulls on the trailer that way.
Yeah. We're gonna use the other truck to give it a yank on that side and hopefully just kind of pops open.
I mean, gentle, eh?
And it looks like it's gonna swing away, you know?
Yeah, it's under tension.
It's holding on by a thread now. This is the moment of truth.
I mean, gentle, eh?
Oh my God.
North of Toronto on the 404,
Riyadh.
the container has ripped free of the chassis, but not exactly as planned.
Good? I got your weight, buddy. I got your weight.
Such a relief. God forbid he would have been hurt.
That's a big swing, man.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We expected, you know, a lot of pressure, but you can't really guess on how much tension is in there.
Good thing you had the line on it. Or would have been a disaster.
Say the brakes?
Yeah. See here?
Now with the trailer upright, the Ministry of Transportation is on scene to find out what caused the crash.
We have a truck inspector out here to conduct an inspection.
Look at this. Brakes aren't even touching the drum. Couldn't have slowed down enough.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Checking your brakes is part of the daily trip inspection. This is what can happen if you don't check your brakes. Just luckily, nobody was killed.
If you don't mind for safety, let me hook it up.
Absolutely.
I'm only gonna move it to the side.
While the investigation continues, Amin can turn to his next challenge.
This is it. This is the main event.
And Amin is worried that the driver underreported the weight of the load.
Garbage is always very heavy, so I mean, we were told it's 42,000 pounds. I'm having a hard time believing that. Let's help him out. We gotta put a double line on the bottom.
The heavy job demands more help. So Steve Ness has just joined the crew.
I was on another job and they called and said an extra couple hands wouldn't hurt here, so that's the way to do it.
We're gonna know how much weight it has now.
Oh, she's heavy. This is loaded, eh? This thing.
It's freaking heavy, man. You could tell this thing definitely doesn't have 42,000 pounds. No way. You can hear that winch screaming.
When you're pulling a weight and it's dead weight, no wheels, no nothing, you know how much weight is in the container just by the noise and the way it's coming out. This is where you gotta watch it. The cable don't snap. It'll just take your head right off. When you hear that noise, it's time to be on full alert because if a cable does break, there's a chance of, an accident happening.
Slow, eh? Slow.
We figure this thing weighs over 65,000 pounds. Failure could happen real quick.
Inch by inch, very slowly.
Today we actually have an excellent forecast.
200 miles southwest.
High ceilings, excellent visibility, light wind.
The OPP is taking off on a high-altitude patrol. Pilot Ben Allen and Airborne Enforcement Officer Chris Hogg are heading over Chatham toward the 401.
2310. We're headed to the 401. We'll await directions from our officer up in the air in the helicopter.
Constable Matthew Early will be ready to respond to any violations.
There's our other unit up. Due to the device he has up in the actual helicopter, he can tell us the distance that two trucks are spaced apart.
That's interesting. Let's get a little closer. I couldn't get a car between them.
Green tractor trailer, black truck trailer.
It's very dangerous because at any moment, if one of those vehicles has to come to a stop, we're gonna have a multi-vehicle collision. 2310-4. What's the location now?
It's just coming up to the overpass now.
So see that black trailer? That's what we're gonna pull over. So he's been following this transport trailer much too close. You can see right now, he's only about one car length behind it. Hi there, sir. I just stopped you today just for following the other transport truck there too closely. It's a follow too close ticket. Okay, do you have any questions about what to do with this? Okay, drive safe. Take care. Mission accomplished. What we're doing is important because of how many commercial motor vehicle collisions we have on this highway. So every person that's seen a tractor trailer pulled over today thinks twice about their own driving patterns, their own driving behavior.
Back on the 404.
We're gonna go on the top.
On top?
The auto route crew has eased the container onto the pavement, but removing it from the scene will be much tougher.
So now we got it back on the road. We gotta lift it up and load it up into the land dome.
I'm gonna go triple line, huh?
There's a higher risk of lifting this thing because it's overloaded.
The rotator will lift on one end with a 50-ton wrecker on the other, just high enough to roll a flat deck underneath.
Okay, let's try that.
Go very slow, you gotta keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Just in case the load decides to shift on us. If the load decides to shift the wrong way, we could have a real disaster in our hands.
I think in the next 15 minutes I'm gonna start smoking again.
Hey, see it, slowly.
When they're overloaded, this has got a chance to buckle. So we're going to keep a close eye on it as we lift it. We'll get the trailer under it, hopefully.
Yeah, you can hear the load shifting inside.
He's bowing.
Yeah? We're in the middle?
Yeah.
This thing could open up like a sardine can.
With the container wall straining under the weight, they need to work fast.
Okay, I gotta back up. I gotta back up.
We're going to get it underneath here as fast as we can, safely. Whoa!
Hey, hey!
Whoa!
The trailer is scraping the compromised wall.
Annie, I gotta go up higher.
This shipping container did break in half. It would add hours and hours to the cleanup on this project. Good.
Get ready to stop him, eh? Get ready to stop him. That's it.
Whoa!
Drop it.
As soon as that container hit the float, you know, that was a huge relief.
This thing's friggin' heavy. Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Them tires are right down.
Let's get the chains from the flatbed. Let's chain it up.
Getting it ready to transport, and we're good to go.
We're almost there. We're gonna be out of here soon.
Once they hook up the trailer chassis for the tow, they can clear the scene.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We're not gonna be long. We just gotta secure the trailer and.
Okay.
But the OPP has a message from the ministry inspector.
MTO said the trailer can't be towed. It needs to put on a flatbed.
Well, we're using the flatbed for the container, right?
It can't be towed. The trailer had some damage caused to it as per the rollover that would prevent it from being towed.
They want the trailer flatbedded. Broken spring.
They bring in another flat deck, and now they'll wrangle the damaged trailer on board.
Just pull off on the side.
To keep traffic flowing, the crew will work up against a live lane.
Oh, here we go. Sometimes something very simple can just turn into a bit of grief.
Working beside live traffic could be very dangerous because if the trailer swings and the people driving down the road, they're not paying attention.
We gotta bring some chains, control chains, so it doesn't swing on us. Steve, hold the chain. I'll watch it from here. Lift up the back. I seen a bit.
You know, this thing had to be lifted and rotated and put on the other way.
All in the confines of a single lane.
Riyadh, pull the chain, man. Just hold it. Make sure it doesn't go fast. Pull it, pull it.
Two guys are holding on to it so it doesn't swing because, you know, once it takes off, then might as well say goodbye.
Oh, man, gonna come closer.
Hey, see.
Hey!
Stop.
Whoa!
Stop. Whoa! Pull it, pull it.
On Highway 404 north of Toronto. The final piece of the recovery is starting to spin out of control.
Whoa! Stop. Hey, see.
It's really dangerous working along traffic. Things could happen in a split second, right?
So Amin makes the call he was working to avoid.
Hold on, I'm gonna get him to give us another lane.
All it takes is that one person that's not paying attention where he's going. He could run into the back of the crash truck, run into the crew, run into us.
Bring this end down. Okay.
If something was gonna go wrong, we needed that buffer zone, right?
That's good, AJ, that's good. Should be good right there.
We're just gonna back up the trailer, chain her down. We're good to go.
Good, good, stop it.
Touchdown.
It was such a relief to hook up and just clear the highway. It was a huge relief. I'm happy to be on my way home.
Okay. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Well, good news. We've been dealing with a tractor trailer that rolled over on the ramp from Davis Drive to the South 404. The ramp is now open, and you have access to the highway through that stretch.
Yeah, that's nice.
Relative calm, that could change at any moment. As night falls on Toronto, evening traffic is moving well through the city.
Traffic's moving northbound.
But just to the south,
Ramp is still gonna be closed for quite some time.
a ramp to the QEW near St. Catharines is shut down.
Okay, guys out.
And Metro Trucks heavy manager Glenn Hopman is fighting to get it back open.
Pull. Right off. Just trying to get these 8,000-pound coils out of the back. Okay, go ahead now.
Somehow, the trailer, loaded with rolls of paper, broke free from the tractor and plowed off the ramp.
It drove the nose of the trailer good 2 to 3 feet into this hard packed rock at the side of the road. The actual back end of the trailer is almost 10 feet off the ground.
It's a tough offload for Glenn and new rotator op Todd Stewart.
You got it? Can't use a forklift, can't get in there, so we have to use our tow trucks to actually pull the rolls out and then use my rotator to actually lift them off.
Bring your pin in first.
Okay, Glenn, I'm going up, please.
And the 8,000-pound rolls aren't designed for easy rigging.
Okay, here she goes. If it clear. Stop. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
With heavy rescue, there are training courses, and they show you perfect diagrams, perfect situations.
Okay, all clear, I'm gonna come around.
But the reality of the job states that every situation is gonna be different. You need to roll with the punches.
He wants to come over here.
I've got a new bunch of guys working with me. We're all learning, so a lot of patience, a lot of teamwork, and a lot of communication, and we're getting the job done.
Tension off, not free wheel.
Go.
Now, they're down to just the last few rolls.
With any luck, we can get the job done, no problem.
Can we get the strap in there?
But their luck
There's no room anywhere.
just ran dry.
What we're trying to do is just get our straps down and around. Let's try that. Really jammed tight in there. From the impact from the trailer hitting down, those rolls are forced right tight. Come on, you just fall down already.
Yeah, it just can't get past it. It's just not enough space.
It's not grabbing. If we can't figure out a better way to get these things, we're gonna be here all night. It's not gonna move at all. We gotta do something, man. That's jammed in there tight.
But with a trailer pointing down the slope, gravity is working against the crew.
If we can get them to settle and come back a little bit, we'll be able to pull them out easier than what it's going now. Come on, come dig.
So it's time to start excavating.
We gotta get to the front of the trailer in order to get a couple of good points they can grab they're gonna hold, because it's still 24,000 pounds worth of paper still sitting in the nose of this trailer.
That's like concrete there, man.
Oh, it's on the bottom.
Hallelujah.
Enough to get a hook underneath it, and then hook a couple ropes to this thing, and up she goes. We're hoping.
This trailer's not gonna be an easy pick up, basically on the sheer weight that's still inside of it. We're gonna try to pick it up. Go ahead, Jesse. Hopefully, once we lift it up, it'll give us a little bit of room in between the rolls so that we can slide our straps in. Both lines nice and slow.
There's no guarantee it's gonna work. If it doesn't, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Jesse, both lines together, buddy. Both lines nice and slow.
On a ramp to the QEW,
Jesse, both lines together, buddy.
the Metro crew is trying to level out the trailer.
Stop, stop, stop.
But one of their lines is caught.
Your red line, she's gonna snap back. Put it back down. Put it back down. Okay, tighten back up. All right, boom up. Keep going, Jesse, keep going. Okay, stop there.
The trailer is level. Time to see if the plan has worked.
We have to try to shimmy a strap in there. This side's a little snug, but it helped a lot.
In heavy recovery, there's always problems.
Okay, it's over. I'm just gonna try to walk it all over now. I'm over.
There we go.
Okay.
You just gotta work your way through it.
Okay, tension on. Stop.
The load is freed up, but with each roll weighing 4 tons, new operator Todd has some delicate work ahead.
Todd, lift up. Yeah, we're going up.
Coming out of this trailer, I gotta be very careful. It could swing, it could hurt somebody.
So I could get killed with this thing rolling around, that's for sure. It's hard to keep an eye on everybody to make sure that everybody's safe, so everybody's got to really watch what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna boom down.
It was very much a matter of lots of eyes, everybody working together.
Next! Okay, pull a little bit. Okay, Glenn, stop. Glenn! Hey, there's the block. Look, it's sitting on the deck.
Hey, we stopped it from swinging a bit, you know?
That's it.
The hours and hours we spend training and learning and talking, this is all paying off.
Are we good or what? Yeah. I'm great. Last one. Pull a little bit. You good there? Straight down, bud. Okay. Okay, I'm down. We'll get this trailer out of here. There, you got it. Good man, Homer. Good job. Thank you. It took us a lot longer than we were expecting, just because of those rolls being jammed against each other. But we didn't give up. Hey, buddy, thank you.
Good job, brother. Good job.
I'm proud of all my guys. They work really, really well together. So in my world, that's a win all the way around.
Backed up about a kilometer.
The next morning, 115 miles northeast.
I couldn't imagine how far this is backed up by now.
Traffic on the 401 is barely crawling through Bowmanville.
Just lean in a little bit more than I feel comfortable with.
Bill Wright Jr. is already on scene, and today, he and Mitch won't be able to rely on their father.
Dad's on a plane right now, man. He's probably freaking.
Yeah, this will be actually our first one without him, so.
Yeah.
This is the first time my dad's been comfortable enough to take off and leave his 2 boys behind to take care of business, so nerves are definitely up.
Yeah, I bet you he's pretty nervous.
He probably wants to turn that plane around and come home right now.
Yeah.
The brothers will have to work together to get the leaning semi on the road while keeping it upright.
Tractor trailer's here in the mud, so we're gonna have to see what we're gonna do with that.
With 30,000 pounds of tires inside, the truck is sinking fast.
With all this construction, it's fresh shoulders. They're just soft. They're really soft, right?
If the truck sinks too far into that ditch, we do have potential for it to roll over. So we got to be pretty speedy.
So what you're planning, pick it up, so we're gonna straighten it out as we pick it.
Yeah, and then just get the wheels up onto some more solid ground.
And then almost did the same up at the front. And then you have hooked to the front of the truck.
While you're bringing it?
I got the trailer up in the air in the back tandems, and then I can bring it over and you can keep bringing that front end across too.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we can bring it and drop it right up on top.
Okay, cool.
I think that'd be dope. A lot of the time we butt heads, and in this case, we had the exact same kind of ideas. He agreed with me, I agreed with him.
Yeah.
Mitch will pull the semi to the road while holding it upright. Then Bill will guide the tractor out of the ditch and onto the highway.
So let's get rigged.
But they'll be fighting more resistance than just the weight.
As that sinks and gets into the mud, it creates a suction.
There's no way to measure how much weight the suction adds.
You want like that or like that?
Do red far. Or do yellow far. Yeah.
We could end up flipping the rotator here. Without Bill being here, we're still a touch nervous as to what the truck will do.
It could be too much for the rotator, and the crew member with the most experience is 35,000 feet up in the air.
Go up. What do you think?
Now we'll just see.
The hell are we going so slow for?
On the westbound 401, traffic is squeezing into a single lane.
It's coming. It's coming.
And getting it flowing again.
Hopefully I can.
Is up to two brothers who have never worked together without their father's guidance.
It's coming. I knew the day would come when my dad wasn't going to be there and the job needed to be done. And every inch that we get that boom in, we're getting more leverage too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
With the old man gone, it's a little more nerve-wracking. We lack that little bit of extra confidence that he gives.
Right now, the way I have it lifted up, it's gonna go that way.
Go what way?
It's like when it comes, it's gonna want to swing.
No, it's actually gonna come center, right?
Just.
See how that's to the right?
Just.
It's actually gonna come a bit center.
You start to overthink and start to doubt yourself. So I just gotta keep pushing and trust myself.
And his brother.
Watch your legs. You're floating. Just started floating.
Fighting the pull of the mud with his boom extended, Mitch could shock and tip the rotator.
Try not to pick it all the way up, right?
Yeah, no.
There you go, it's coming.
He needs to slide the trailer sideways.
Bring it a little closer to the road.
Bring her in another little bit?
Yep.
You're happy with that there?
Yeah, we're up, yeah.
All right, well, we'll set her down nice and easy.
Now that we got the back of the trailer up on some solid ground, we're gonna move Mitch up with the rotator to basically try to do the same thing with the front. Then as it gets closer to the road, I'll have my truck hooked to the front and we'll just winch with them and see how easy it comes up.
It's soggy. Everything's just wet and there's not really a whole lot of stability to anything. It sits there solid for a couple of minutes and all of a sudden it can just kind of let go. Yeah, you're welcome. We get the guys that go by and tell us where to go and the horns going and everything else. But that's our job, is to get that highway reopened. Let's go.
Once again, he'll be battling heavy suction from the mud.
Hey, Mitch!
Yo! What?
Watch your leg, yeah?
The back one?
I just gotta keep my eyes on those legs and stay in communication with him.
Getting higher.
It's getting up there? It's coming now. How's my legs, Fame?
Yeah.
We're out of the mud. Ready?
Now it's up to Bill to straighten the tractor so he can pull it forward.
Just like that, Billy. That's perfect, buddy. We're right in sync. That's awesome. You comfortable with that?
The last stage is the most critical. The mud is still pulling, and the ground is far from solid.
That's sketchy. All it takes is for that bank to give out, and then we're back to where we started, so.
We're in a construction zone, so it's all fresh dirt. You just kind of got to keep pulling and hope it starts coming.
Let me try and drive ahead.
Well, he's gonna pick it up and he's gonna start driving out. We're gonna keep a close eye on the back to make sure it doesn't dog track back into that ditch.
And see what happens.
Okay.
Bill needs to steer the trailer free before it slides down the crumbling slope.
It's something that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit. Billy, no.
And see what happens.
Okay. It's something that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit.
On a soft bank on the westbound 401.
Billy, no.
Mitch and Bill Wright are facing one last assault from the muddy terrain.
Whoa. When I went to pull ahead, it kind of went back towards the ditch.
We had to stop and rethink what we were going to do from there.
Right where we think that we're at the point where we can take a breath and we've almost, finished this job, bang, it happens again.
Can you get a cable on that?
I'll pick it and drop it on the road.
Please.
It's another one of those things you got to pick up and you got to overcome.
He's gonna have to hook to it, I think, and then we're gonna pick it up, move it over a couple more inches just to be safe.
With how soft the ditch is right now, we have minutes to get this done.
Mitch, you're floating. Both.
Both?
This one a couple inches, that one half inch. Can you boom in at all or no?
Yeah, hold on. Ooh, best. Yeah, I think you're good there.
Yeah.
That went as well as it could have went. That was dope, dude. The second that we got that thing up into the safe zone, it felt like 1,000,000 pounds coming off our back. I mean, that was the test. It's the monkey off our back.
And they did it, relying only on one another.
If the old man was here, I'm sure he'd be pretty happy about it.
How many times do you think Dad's called me?
How many?
8.
Oh my God. I'm surprised that there wasn't more than 8 phone calls on his phone, to be completely honest.
He'll be happy that we're both coming home friends still.
Yeah, seriously, we haven't had a wrestling match yet, so he'll be happy.
And phone call number 9 has just come in.
Hey, what's up? We're just finishing up now and it was actually perfect, so. Yeah, he did actually a very good job. Very impressed. Pretty impressed with how Mitch did. He knows his truck really well, and that kind of surprised me, actually.
I think on this one, we worked fantastic together.
Yeah.
The dynamic with family doesn't always go the right way, and I think we worked almost perfectly in sync on this. My dad's gonna be super proud of us and how we did. He can have that trust that, his boys are gonna take care of business while he's gone.
The action's gone, so they'll move now.
Like the look of that.
We call this rapid deceleration.
Next time on Heavy Rescue 401.
Okay, Eric, on you.
Eric.
Don't move.
Goes under.
Do not move.
A dump truck
This is a mess.
slams into rush hour traffic.
Reds, release, release, release.
And an icy night.
Snow, ice, guys flying by us at 100 miles an hour.
Is a bus.
Look at the front bumper.
In Cornwall.